This is the Acura MDX Crystal Black Pearl with a V6 engine, 290 horsepower, and currently gets about 18 miles to the gallon in the city.
Hi, I'm Northwestern head football coach Pat Fitzgerald.
And I'm head men's basketball coach Chris Collins, and this is Coaches in Cars Getting Coffee.
Chris, you know neither of us have time to get coffee. We've got to get back to the office.
Did your dad put you out there at all? I mean, were you in high school? Were you shooting around at all pre-practice or?
Yeah, you know, I was always I was a pretty...
Like a ball boy?
Yeah, I was a ball boy, so I was the kid under the basket before the high-tech stuff where in the old Chicago Stadium where I sat under the basket and I had like a towel, so when guys fell, I had to sprint out and like wipe it up real quick, you know, before the action. I always loved being like on the stage and doing that kind of stuff. So when the teams would go in after to go in to talk to the coaches for the last warm-up, there'd be like a little 10-15 minute buffer.
Yeah.
And they would let me and a couple of the other ball boys go out there and start cranking them up.
Oh,
so,
sweet.
You know, if I got going a little bit, I'd be, you know, hamming it out of the crowd, start cheering. And, you know, and I actually remember one playoff game when they were playing the Pistons. I got going from three. I was like 13 or 14. I'm just like cranking it from the hip. You know, you can't even get strong. I'm cranking it from the hip. And I made 7 or 8 NBA threes in a row. And now the fans are seeing what's going on. And
that's so much
they're
fun.
Getting going. And then the teams, the old Chicago Stadium, remember they used to come out?
Up the steps,
and it reeked of beer down below. But they would come up. And the teams came up to warm up. And I'll never forget the crowd started booing because they wanted me to keep shooting. So that was one of my favorite memories. Got any good camp stories? There's always great camp stories. I mean,
well, we used to do the overnight camp, you know.
Yeah,
and the kids would stay in the dorm. It was the first time their mom allowed them, you know. You're giving them to us for their first time away from home. I want to talk to my mom.
I remember my dad used to run a camp in Oak Park River Forest at Concordia College.
Sure.
And we stayed in the dorms, and you know, it was a fun time. And I happened to get into the thing where, you know, you tried to get the pizza at night.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it wasn't a good feeling getting busted, you know, at your own old man's camp. You know, and you're the kid who gets busted trying to smuggle the pizza.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
It was you gotta love it. Lit up pretty good for that one.
And as a kid, you know, and I see it now with little Brendan, and Ryan and Jack still do, but not as much as with Brendan, the imaginary play. Like they're out there playing and they're always the
You know what's crazy
player.
though is like I feel like a lot of that's been lost because of the rise of video games.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it used to be you went out and you made believe that you were Kobe Bryant or LeBron James. Now you could just play him and you can do all his moves with and it's like, why would I want to go
Some
out?
of those games you can probably download your own picture, you know, take all his skills.
And while that is good, it just drives me nuts because I remember the times going out in my backyard and I literally would like have the whole 64-team NCAA tournament. My parents probably thought I was nuts. I made the whole bracket and I knew every player on every team.
Absolutely.
So I'm playing the game and I'm broadcasting the game as I'm playing myself.
Right.
And every game's the last second shot.
Yep.
And if you missed it, you got fouled.
Yep.
And if you missed the free throw, if you missed the free throw, there was a lane violation. And, you know, until the team won and you filled out the brackets. And
well, you always reenacted the announcers that you heard too, because you know I remember
the slogan.
Ribbing, no.
Yeah, ribbing. He's got it stuck on automatic.
He's on fire.
Coach Collins' car was provided by the Chicagoland Acura dealers. Acura, proud to be the official luxury vehicle of Northwestern Athletics.